It's that show that you know and love. It's that show that you know and love. It's that show that you remix. It's that show that you know and love. It's that show that you know and love. It's that show that you know and love. It's Black and Educated with Jay, what's up? It's Black and Educated with Jay, what's up? How are you guys doing? It is Jay London. I am piecing in. What is good? What is new? What is tea? Spill it. Happy Tuesday, y'all. I'm so happy to make this video for you guys, finally. If I sound a little weird, I did just wake up. It is the last week of Black and Educated. This is Bae with a twist this week. This is Pride Week. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go into like season 2 right away. I don't know if I'm gonna take a little break. Who knows, who knows? I'm still not up. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But y'all, before I get into my coming out story, I am a new brand ambassador for That Sounds Gay. It is a t-shirt company, and I just got my first package. So I'm gonna open it. We're gonna open this together, me and you. I'm like so happy for this. Like, I've been waiting for this for the longest time. You don't even know. Oh my God. Y'all, today's commercial is all about That Sounds Gay, so you'll get more information on it. Oh, shit. Oh, y'all. Look, sounds gay, I'm in. Ain't this so cute? I'm gonna put it on right now. Guys, I am so happy. I did get an extra small because I'm still growing. I'll be 5'10" any day now. I'm just waiting until my growth spurt hits. Yeah, my balls drop either or. All right, y'all, it's on. Make sure you stay tuned to the end of this video for the commercial. Oh my God. If you guys are new to the London fam, hello, I'm Jay London. I'm 23 years old. I talk about all the things that you don't want to talk about. So if you have any crazy topics, any stories you want me to talk about, please comment down below or send me an email. But London family, you already know what it is. What's up? Got your in a cup, goddamn what is? What's up? Go grab a cup of coffee, go grab a cup of tea, go grab a shot of vodka, whatever you guys want. Today's gonna be a fun video, so you don't have to grab that shot of vodka if you don't want to. My coming out story. Where do I even start? Okay, so I am Puerto Rican. So growing up, living in a Latino household, there's a certain machismo that already goes into play. You know, you're not supposed to really have feminine tendencies. You know, you're supposed to be a man. So that was always into play, and I was always taught growing up. It was always just different, you know. Me and my little sister are the only mixed ones, so we are half black, half Puerto Rican. And so we were always like kind of like that. Well, I was always like the outcast, you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, I always just started singing. I was always an extra kid, extra since I was little. So I think my family, they noticed that. And you know, I don't know if it was like tough love, because I've noticed in a lot of Hispanic households, if your son or daughter has certain gay tendencies, whatever it is, they try to like be a little more brute with you. I would get certain terms like thrown out, like ever since I was like 5 or 6, like faggot, so on and so forth, like that. So I remember growing up, I would hear the word gay, faggot, so on and so forth, but I just didn't know what it meant. But I knew it associated with me because that's what my family would always call me. Don't get me wrong, I was born gay, I knew I was gay, but my family did have a lot of like etching with that shit, like because just the shit that they would say growing up, you know, they knew I was gay before I was gay, and instead of like nurturing it, it was more of a faggot, like that type of shit, you know what I'm saying? I really just didn't care about anything growing up. Like, I only cared about myself, my music, you know. I was just super theatrical. I loved High School Musical. That's how I knew I wanted to be in like the entertainment industry. I loved Whitney Houston. Like, I used to think she was my mother. You don't even know. I used to sit in front of the TV and watch The Bodyguard. Oh my God, you cannot tell me nothing. So finally, when, like, I would always lie. I would always lie growing up. Like, I knew, everybody knew, but when people would ask me or they would just say things, I'd be like, don't say that, don't call me gay, don't do this, because I just had such a negative connotation about it, or I didn't know about it. All I knew that it was bad and I shouldn't have been it, or I shouldn't have done it or even thought about it, because at the end of the day, I was young. So that's strike one, family. You know, so in high school, finally, I found theater, and I think I started singing in middle school. But you know, when you start joining that crowd, it's a whole different crowd. It's like you're in a room with other people who actually think like you, who want to do theater, who want to sing, who want to do this. So I felt free. This is life, this is me. But as soon as I would leave, like as soon as I would leave school or whatever extracurricular activities I was doing, theater, I would put on a different front, if that makes sense. So this is how I knew I always wanted to be an actor. And I always told myself, like, boy, you literally grew up acting. Like I would always like try to be a little harder than most. I would try to be like that macho type thing that everybody wanted me to be. You know, I wouldn't want to be a faggot. I wouldn't want to be perceived that way. So that's that. You know, I got the best acting classes there is. Okay, living life. But I did move around a lot growing up, and you know, I didn't have the best childhood. So finally, to make a long story short, I finally moved to Florida when I was in freshman year. No, I was my sophomore year. I used to live in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Moved to Sebring, Florida, which is like, shout out to y'all, but there is nothing down there. Like, when I'm telling you there's nothing down there, like, they just got a Target. Like, Walmart is a hot commodity over there. Like, you don't even know. It's a lot of orange fields everywhere. Avon Park High School, shout out to you, cheerleader. But finally moved down there. I was finally kind of blossoming a little more, you know, because I was always a little awkward, but I always knew what I wanted. So I just didn't play around, if that makes sense. Like, I was just like super focused. I was super silly and stuff like that. But like, I knew like music and I'm being an entrepreneur and blah, blah, blah. I was getting really good at like in music and singing in Sebring, Florida. And I was doing talent competitions and so on and so forth. And then I did this thing called Relay for Life. Relay for Life is this 24-hour cancer thing that they do, that you like raise money, you stay up for 24 hours doing different type of like things for your cancer charity. And my cancer charity was for my vocal coach and her husband. Her husband had brain cancer. May he rest in peace, Mr. Loomis. But Miss Loomis would take me everywhere. Like, she was the best vocal coach there is. Shout out to you. But I did this competition, and I remember like there was a competition for you to win some money. And I want to say it was like 10 grand or some shit. And you had to do drag. Out of all things, in this small, like Christian ass town, super conservative, you have to do drag, which is so weird now that I think about it. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna win. Like, I need to win money for my cancer. Like, I need to win for Mr. Loomis. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Did the drag. I got a dress for my friend. I got some heels for my friend, a blonde wig. Did the whole shebang. If I could find a picture, you'll see it right behind me. But I did the whole shebang, honey. Like, fwa, fwa, fwa. And I won, y'all. I won. I did the damn thing. I had my dance with like my guy, and it was amazing. I won. I didn't think anything of it because I didn't grow up with like cell phones or anything. Like, we were poor. So I didn't grow up with like technology. Like, till this day, I really don't care about technology. Like, I do everything on my phone. I don't need a laptop. But I didn't think people were taking pictures and so on and so forth. And I didn't think it was gonna be like anywhere on Facebook or anything, because like I was just so in my mind that I was like, you know what? I don't use any of that stuff. They're not gonna use it. Wrong. Turns out there was an aunt, and until this day, I need to fucking find who this aunt is, because there's always one aunt who's a snitch in every single family, but you just don't know who the aunt is. I got my suspicions. I guess somebody sent a picture to my grandma, and I came out on Mother's Day, and I will never forget. It was Mother's Day, 2014, and I was trying to find money to get my grandma a gift, because again, we were poor, and she wanted these pajamas from Walmart, so I finally was able to afford the shirt, not the whole thing. I go in the house and she throws away the clothes, like the clothes that I got her after I was like a bum trying to go through change, find this money for her. And she was like, in Spanish, the whole thing, like, somebody told me you're gay and I saw this picture, is this you? If you're gay, like, you have to get out of this house. Now, growing up, I would always hear this, like, literally every single day, like, all type of crazy things. I would get hit and all that stuff. So her saying that, I didn't think anything of it. Like, I was just like, you know, I'm just gonna go to my room. But she was really persistent. And then I saw the picture on her phone. Oh shit. And I was like, oh, well, it's already there. So I remember I went in my room, I closed the door, and she was going off, like off, like throwing things. So I packed a bag, and I couldn't like yell like I'm gay or anything because it was just so hard for me to say, and it was scary. So I wrote it on a piece of paper, I put it on top of my bed, and I ran away. So dramatic. So dramatic. I went through the window, I went to my friend's house, and then as soon as I got to my friend's house, she's like, oh my God, like, what the fuck are you doing here? And I was like, I came out the closet, Tiana, shout out to you. I came out the closet and oh my God. Her mom was like, listen, baby, I love you, you are my son, but your grandmama crazy. She will legit show up here. She's called the cops, like, she's crazy. So she was like, you gonna have to go. And I was like, what? No. I was hungry anyways, so I was gonna go. This wasn't like a runaway, like Lifetime movie runaway. This was more like a low budget film type runaway, like the protagonist runs away just for like the night, but I'll be back. You know what I mean? It wasn't legit. I was just trying to be dramatic. So finally, I get back, and after like my grandma calls me and I speak to my aunt, shout out to you, Tata, who like, she always knew I was gay and she like loved me. Like, she just loved me like no other. And she would always just be like, no, you're gonna be a singer, and she'd be like, you need to be healthy, and this, and that. So shout out to you, love you, Tata. But she's like, you know, it's fine, like, just go in, like, whatever happens, happens. I went back in the house, and this is the kicker. Now, my grandma would always say crazy things growing up, so that's why I always try to watch what I say, and I always try to, like, make sure I control my breath, because you are what you see, you are a product of your environment. You know, so growing up, I would see and hear all these crazy things. And I know my mouth sometimes can be reckless. So that's why I always try to watch what I say or do, because that's what I've seen. And she always said and did crazy things. So I was always try to emulate that. But she was going off once again. And this is a daily thing. And I guess God, like, got her phone and called my sister who lived in Texas. And she was just saying, like, you should have died when you were born, all this crazy stuff, blah, 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 blah. You see me smiling right now, but I laugh to not cry, so don't think this is funny. It's not funny, but yeah, she disowned me, you know? She was just saying crazy things. And 4 days later, I had to move to Texas. So I moved to Texas, and when I moved to Texas, you know, I thought it was gonna be a different world for me, you know? I was finally coming into who I was. I had to leave like my singing and all that, my vocal coach and all that stuff behind, but you know, I was gonna be happy. It wasn't like that, you know, because again, my family's Puerto Rican, so my sisters, like, they said they accepted it, but at the same time, they really didn't. And again, y'all, this is about like 5 years ago, so I don't try to drag anybody, but now that I look back and I've seen what I went through and a lot of more stuff happened, it made me the man that I am today. And it made me the business person I am today, you know? I can't wait until 2 years from now that I could look back on Black and Educated and have my own type of Tyler Perry Studios type shit and be making music and being super successful. And, you know, there's been many times that I wanted to give up. I didn't like my skin color. I didn't like that I was gay. I didn't like a lot of this stuff. And a lot of the things were just, I was listening to what other people were saying I was or telling me before I knew who I was, you know? And one thing I want to tell you guys is don't ever give up, because you just don't know what tomorrow has in store. And it does sound a little like corny and I have little goosebumps, but you just never know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Like, man, life is a crazy thing and you will go through up and downs. Don't give up. It's gonna get harder before it gets easier. I'm not even gonna sit here and be like, oh, it's gonna get better. No, it's gonna get way harder. Why? Because you have to learn. You have to learn from everything that you go through. It's a learning lesson. Now, if you don't learn, you're gonna have that same repetition hit you again and again and again and again. You put it out in the universe is gonna give you that thing right back in return, okay? That's why I always say give out positivity, make sure you control your breath, and everything's gonna be okay, okay? Look at me, you know? Got my YouTube, got Bay Incorporations, you know? You can do it too. It'll be okay, trust. So y'all make sure you guys do check out That Sounds Gay. This is the Sounds Gay I'm In t-shirt in an extra small, and I'm getting more shirts in the way. I'm super excited. But I love That Sounds Gay because a percentage of their sales go to different organizations like Gay Straight Alliance, Gay and Lesbian Leadership, and many, 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 many more. They're eco-friendly, so they use recyclable materials to make all these beautiful shirts. They feel nice. Like, they feel so good, you don't even know. I want my shirts to feel like this. If you put Official J London at the end of your order, you will get 30% off on the entire purchase. That is a lot of money, y'all. Let me tell you, you will save that coin. Again, Official J London for 30% off. That Sounds Gay. Thank you, thank you, thank you for making me an ambassador. And peace in, y'all. Bye-bye-bye-bye-bye. For the YouTube giveaway, this is what you have to do. You have to be subscribed to my page, like this video, and comment down below your Instagram handle, and Bay Corporations will reach out to you. Whatever color you want, whatever size you want, we will get it to you. Now, for the Instagram one, I did just release a new Instagram page, which you are going to follow down below. It's at Bay, INCO. You're going to follow, you're going to like my last post, and then you're going to comment your name and tag a friend in it. The winner is going to be announced on Friday, so make sure you guys stay tuned to that. Again, I got Black and Educated in gray, white, and yellow. And then we have Street 97J London with the hashtag Black and Educated under it. Again, in white, gray, yellow. Make sure if you guys check out That Sounds Gay, you put Official J London for 30% off on your entire order. If you see anyone going through a rough time, make sure you tell them everything's gonna be okay. Take a deep breath in. And take a deep breath out. All you can control is you. But y'all, make sure you guys stay tuned for the next video. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. Until next time, bye.